The book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. The book of 2 Esdras, chapter 5, and verse 9. And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Habashah, Wahara Kakwadash. The honors of the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect that seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. That scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen. Begin with the 144,000 preachers, teachers, and prophets, Shalom. What we just read in Isaiah 24 is saying the same thing that we just read in 2 Esdras 5. Okay? Soon it's going to be a cry for wine in the streets, understanding, and which is going into the understanding of what's going on. All right? Which, that's a time of chaos and the famine of the word. So all three of these scriptures that we're bringing out are saying the same thing. All right? Amos chapter 8 and verse. You guys should start at this chapter because it's going to the time of chaos. Verse 12, let's just hit verse 11. I'm sorry. No, let's start up. Let's start at 9. And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord God, Yahweh Shema Shah, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day. Meaning what? No knowledge, no wisdom, no understanding, not knowing what's going on, not being able to see what's going on. As we just read Isaiah 24 and 2 Esdras 5. And I will turn your feasts into mourning and all your songs into lamentation, and I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins and baldness upon every head, and I will make it as the morning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day. Behold, which is going to chaos and calamity, not knowing what's going on. Behold, the day is come, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shah, and shall not find it. And that day shall the fair virgins and the young men faint for thirst. The 2/3. All right, but hey, also the heathen gonna be wanting to know what's going on as well. Okay, in the news reports and things of that nature. Cause soon this internet gonna be shut down, man. Not just of hearing the words of Yahweh Shema Shah, but of hearing any form of news reports, period. All right? When people don't know what's going on, they panic and they freak out. See, right now, people are being told things that they can somewhat kind of prepare for and rely on for some type of news and report. But soon all of it is going to be cut. And people are not going to know what to do. And people are going to freak out and go crazy. These things are going to happen soon. We got 2 videos we're going to play. Verse 14, they that swear by the sin of Samaria and say, thy God, O Dan, liveth, and the manner of Bathsheba liveth, even they shall fall and never rise up again. So false doctrines, these false gods, this false way is not going to save 2/3 of Israel, and what these heathen depend upon, hey, nothing is going to save you heathen anyway. All right? But it's actually going into 2/3 of Israel depending upon this false way, these false gods. No, nothing is going to save anyone in this time. The only ones going to be saved and delivered during these times are the elect of Israel. The only ones that's going to know what's going on during these times are the elect of Israel. All right? So you see why this famine of the word, which is going into the famine of hearing the words, the truth of Yahweh Shema Shah, when it goes away, hey, this what unrighteousness and incontinency is going to be multiplied in the earth. All right. So we're in them times. And you got right here, it says Cloudflare outrage. Outage 2025 explained. Well, I'm gonna play him last, but I'm gonna let because I found out about this through Dabu 7.
This is
I'm
Doc.
gonna let him speak first, then I let the other guy, say what he gonna say. All right, so you had an outage. Brace for further outages. Terrifying internet vulnerability exposed by latest global blackout. All right. So and we're in them times, man, where hey, people not gonna know what's going on. All right, and people gonna freak out. All right, when you can't get on the internet and see what's going on, because look, not everybody is on this TikTok shit. A bunch of foolishness. Hey, a lot of people in these times are looking at reports, seeing what's going on. All right. But anyway, enough talking.
This is Dabu 7. We've got some cybersecurity experts out here weighing in on the recent events with AWS and with the Cloudflare situation. And they're not buying the upfront excuse that this was a cascading event that caused this. What it looks like is someone is prodding, even though they have no proof, someone is prodding in terms of a cyber attack or pulling the plug on a couple things to make this happen. That it definitely was not expected, and that they should have a redundancy in multiple backup plans for if such an event was to happen. So these security experts are looking at China and other places, other bad actors that could be fiddling around or doing something here, and it goes right along the lines of, who would this benefit if this went down? Well, they say monetarily, it would definitely benefit China, and also economically, and just for full overpower over the United States. I've warned about stuff like this, that the Chinese are everywhere. Christopher Wray, on his way out the door, said they're embedded in everything. Threw us a peace sign, left. It's a setup, I'm telling you. And now these experts are kind of saying the same thing, that they're telling you that it was an inside glitch or something, but from what they can tell, it looks like something else is going on, even though there's no proof of it. So they're warning that Americans should brace for further outages. We all know it's coming, a big event, so just wanted to put this updated info out there, especially if we see another event connected to AWS and Cloudflare. Now, Cloudflare specifically is critical because if you target it, you're going to take down most of the websites around the globe. So it's a prime target for a bad actor specifically, and especially if you want to cripple the United States. I'll leave a link with more info. Join me for the live streams. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Dabu 77. Much love, y'all.
All right, now let's play this video.
What do you think? Is this just another example of why we don't want to centralize our infrastructure in 2025 and going into 2026? We've had multiple examples of this in 2025. We had AWS go down, affect many, many websites, thousands of businesses. And now we've got Cloudflare going down, affecting, again, the internet, if you like, but basically many, many businesses. You may have seen the following when you connected to one of your favorite websites: internal server error, error code 500, basically an issue with Cloudflare. So this is from Radware. On the 18th of November 2025, a widespread service disruption impacted Cloudflare's global network, rendering a significant portion of the internet inaccessible for approximately 6 hours. While initial traffic patterns mimicked those of a hyperscale distributed denial of service attack or DDoS attack, forensic analysis has confirmed the root cause was an internal logic failure in the bot management system. So life was good, but at approximately 11:20 UTC, 500 errors increased dramatically across the Cloudflare network. As you can see here, the issue was not caused directly or indirectly by a cyber attack or malicious activity of any kind. Instead, it was triggered by a change in one of our database system's permissions, which caused the database to output multiple entries into a feature file used by our bot management system. That feature file in turn doubled in size. The larger than expected feature file was then propagated to all the machines that make up our network. The software had a limit on the size of the feature file that was below its doubled size. That caused the software to fail. Cloudflare wrongly suspected the symptoms they were seeing were caused by a hyperscale DDoS attack, but then they correctly identified the core issue and were able to stop the propagation of the larger than expected feature file and replace it with an earlier version of the file. Core traffic was flowing largely normally by 14:30, and then they worked over the next few hours to bring the systems back online. Now they say, we are very sorry for the impact to our customers and the internet in general. Now, as Radware say here, is this a case for diversification? Relying heavily on a single vendor for critical path services such as DNS, WAF, Zero Trust, etc. concentrates risk. This incident validates the need for architectural redundancy and break glass mechanisms that allow traffic to bypass a failed security layer during vendor-specific outages. Now, this video is sponsored by Radware, but I think it's a valid point. Don't put all your eggs into a single basket. Have a look at diversification. Don't just use one vendor. Have multiple vendors. I think this is a basic premise in all IT systems. Have redundant systems like this in case something goes wrong, like in this example with Cloudflare or previously with AWS. What do you think? Is this just another example of...
I'm Atra El-Nashar in Washington. A massive outage Tuesday of the internet software company Cloudflare, disrupting online shopping sites, chatbots, and more than one social media platform. This comes less than a month after the Amazon Web Services outage that impacted thousands of companies. An outage at Cloudflare triggering a disruptive domino effect worldwide. The internet infrastructure company powers performance and security for millions of websites and digital assets.
It consolidates security, connectivity, and development services on one cloud platform.
When that platform goes down, so does much of the internet.
Most of the internet relies on a handful of these sort of super infrastructure companies, and basically they provide the basis and the basic functioning of these sites.
Madrid is not working. Australia network issue. Internal server error when trying to access site. Also can't log into dashboard. Just a few of the real-time complaints from Cloudflare customers Tuesday morning. The company's chief technology officer saying in a social media post, in short, a latent bug in a service underpinning our bot mitigation capability started to crash after a routine configuration change we made. That cascaded into a broad degradation to our network and other services. This was not an attack. Last month, a bug in automation software triggered an outage of Amazon Web Services, and last year, one of the largest IT outages in history occurred when CrowdStrike's faulty security update caused Microsoft Windows systems to crash. Cybersecurity expert Taylor Rach tells me these providers are simply overwhelmed.
I think that what is happening is a handful of providers is struggling to keep up with the demand of the last 5 to 10 years that has just increased exponentially online.
This is also a national security issue. On Capitol Hill, Democratic Senators Ron Wyden and Mark Warner are leading calls for the Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, to maintain minimum cybersecurity standards for America's communications sector. They point to the years-long Chinese salt typhoon hack the intelligence community says is still a threat. Instead, this week, the FCC is expected to vote to roll back Biden-era rules for network security the Trump administration views as government overreach. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar reporting.